Right, YouTube. It's King Nazu. So, I was reading some more chapters of Rosario Vampire 2. Not for a review. Those will come later. This was just for the sake of recreation. And there was this little side story where the newspaper club reads some of the fan mail for to the author of the book, Akihisa Aikida, and one of them says that uh, one of the fans says that they don't like the manga because when they were introduced to Rosario Vampire, it was through the anime, which I've explained before is so deviated from the manga story that it's not even funny. Season 1 of the anime followed the manga about 60%, so it's at best serviceable. But the anime version of Rosario Vampire Season 2, uh, it follows the manga about it's 20% manga and 80% filler. And some of the stuff that was in the manga gets twisted to by the anime to something that is hardly even recognizable. Even some concepts that were even going to be in the manga eventually got twisted. Uh, yeah, but back to what the fan person said. They said they didn't like the manga version because they were imprinted themselves on the anime, on how it focused more on being on a comedic harem anime, just focusing on Skune trying to discover which of the girls he loved, and he doesn't like how the story in the manga is darker and more serious, and he prefers that the manga was more like the anime. And Rosario Vampire is not the only one to have ever seen this kind of complaint. I've seen it with Sailor Moon. I've seen this with Dragon Ball Z. Fans saying that the Sailor Moon manga was too dark. It needs to be more like the anime done by Toei Animation. Not the Sailor Moon's Crystals one. That's going to be closer to the manga, the original anime. Uh, they would have liked Dragon Ball Z to had more stuff from the anime or the movies. Like one of them. I mean, I've seen some people say that they wanted Broly of all characters, to have been in the manga. Not only that, they felt that they should have an entire saga dedicated to Broly. Yes, have an entire saga dedicated to a villain who is one-dimensional, whose only fighting style is wrestling moves, and the only reason he's doing all this is because he's insane, and his sole motivation for hating Goku, aka Kakarot, is because he cried as a baby and annoyed Broly when he was a baby. You want this character to be in the manga. You look, the reason why the mangas are not like these deviations in the anime is because the mangas are the author's story. They are trying to tell their story to make a point. What you're asking them to do is to add filler and irrelevant things. That's the anime in Rosario Vampire was focused more on Skune trying to find which of these girls he loved. The manga is focused on what Rosario Vampire is truly supposed to be about. Learning to coexist despite adversities, despite difference in your cultures, your religion, your race, or anything. Just to learn how to get along with each other and overcome any adversity of that. That is what the story is about. Not about Skune trying to find his one true love out of these whole bunch of girls that are attracted to him. That is secondary. Uh, and the reason why it's not in the manga is because that is not follow that concept. And if it did add more of that stuff, the manga would become unfocused and would become a practical joke, just like the anime was. And the same thing with it's the same thing with Sailor Moon and the Dragon Ball Z. They the manga was focused on telling a focused story that had points, not just add filler for the sake of action or fan service or anything like that. So I don't know why people would want something like this. This is why I say the anime should not. I mean, the manga should not be like the anime. The anime should be more like the manga. The manga is the true story, the source material. There you go. This is why I've been constantly begging for a Rosario Vampire anime reboot, so that we can finally get the manga version of it, and we'll actually get a better story. An anime that's more focused on the story than the fan service. I just don't get the fans. They they claim to be hardcore fans, and yet they don't understand what their series is about. Either they just don't care, and they just want what they want. It's a really depressing thought. All I can do is just hope that people will try to get curious about the mangas and want the animes that they love to be more accurate to them. So all I can do is just do that and continue to do my part by reviewing these chapters and exposing more people to Rosario Vampire 2, and hope my good friends like Ashhead65, who's doing the Sailor Moon chapters just to get people ready for Sailor Moon Crystals. So good luck with that, man. Well, that's all we can do, and just hope that everything turns out for the best. So this is King Nazareth signing off.